for stealing an off-duty officer's car at gunpoint in Manhattan are charged with criminal possession of a machine gun. Police say the two men approached the officer and demanded his keys at West 146th.
So a shocking new wave of crime has fallen upon New York City, but although critics are quick to blame the asylum crisis, what nobody wants to admit is that although New York's laws make it a sanctuary for immigrants, they also make it a sanctuary for criminals.
It's growing outrage after yet another video emerges showing police getting attacked by migrants.
It happened as they were trying to make an arrest at a shelter on Randall's Island. The Adams administration is still currently reviewing whether to install metal detectors at some of these shelter locations.
Christian Inga is set to face a Queens judge on a slew of charges linked to an attack in Casino Park.
Other residents on this University Heights block believe recent asylum seekers toured a park.
Coming in on motorcycles and mopeds.
So we've seen a spate of some very brazen cell phone robberies that's been attributed to a Venezuelan gang called Tren de Aragua, which has its origins at a prison outside of Caracas.
Anytime you have 3,000 people who are placed in an environment that they cannot work, they have to sit around all day, things like this have the potential to happen.
We waited 7 hours, you heard, all day, all night for him.
This man says Ingalandi likely would have gotten away if not for him and about 6 other people who helped detain him.
Crime is now so bad in New York, some are now calling for a repeal of its sanctuary city status. But what nobody's talking about is that even if you take away every single one of the city's sanctuary policies, you're still stuck with a justice system that makes this place a sanctuary for criminals no matter where they're from. A haven, so to speak, for violent gangs to roam our streets on mopeds, stealing phones and purses, where you'll also find open-air theft markets operating in front of the very stores crooks are stealing from, and where if you get in trouble for anything, you can assault the police and be released without bail. Just like the 6 asylum seekers that shocked the nation with their attack on the NYPD late last year, an attack we now know has emboldened every criminal in this city. And we're not just talking about asylum seekers. Over 200,000 of whom have come to New York, most with the intention of obeying the law and starting a new life for themselves.
Shalom. First off, I want to start up by saying all praises, honor, and glory is due to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakadash. So all praises to the world-class God, whose true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh, by Hashem meaning the name, and Yahushai being the name of the only begotten Son. I also want to say double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the hopeful elect preachers, word and truth and sincerity on the brother Tazabah of the Great Millstone, Arizona camp. Lord will with another video to edify in there. You see it there, man. Alright, the scriptures talk about the Lord was going to fill this place with men. Let's get that. Jeremiah 51 and 12, it says, set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon, make the watch strong, set up the watchmen, prepare the ambushes. For Yahweh had both devised and done that which he speak against the inhabitants of Babylon. You see, this was something that the Lord set up against all the inhabitants in Babylon. And 2/3 of you niggas is just in the same trap. It says, O thou that dwellest upon many waters, right? And those many waters are people. You can go to Revelation. I believe it's the 15th. Let's get that. Revelation 15. Yeah, here it is. Revelation 17 and 15. It says, and he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth. And when we go back to that, Jeremiah 51 and 13, it says, O thou that dwellest upon many waters. Well, Right there, Jeremiah 17 and 15 is a breakdown for what those waters are. The waters which thou sawest, where the horse sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. So this is that place that sitteth upon many waters, among many people. O thou that dwellest upon many waters, Jeremiah 51 and 13, abundant in treasure, and America is that abundant in treasure place. Thine end is come, in the measure of thy covetousness. Yahweh of hosts has sworn by himself, saying, surely I will fill thee with men as with caterpillars. I want to look this up in the blue there. Get that real quick. It says it right there. You have lived by many waters and are rich in treasures. Your end has come, the time for you to be destroyed. It says in NIV, Yahweh Almighty has sworn by himself, I will surely fill you with troops as with swarms of locusts, and they shall shout and triumph over you. Right? And all these immigrants, right? You don't know how many of these people are from other nations, and they're dealing with this shit. When they came over here, they got to deal with it. Some of them. Others, this is really just Jake frustrated and shit. And the scriptures tell you, Jake is going to be like an angry bull in the net. Right? And this actually speaks to what's going on now. Right here, it says, Jeremiah 51 and 19, it says, these two things are come upon thee. Who shall be sorry for thee? Desolation and destruction, famine and the sword. By whom shall I comfort thee? Thy sons have fainted at the head, they lie at the head of all the streets as a wild bull in a net. They are full of the fear of Yahweh, the rebuke of thy power. You see? And these niggas is out there just full of the fear of the Lord. They're tired. They're sick and tired of being sick and tired. They feel like they was lied to, and they out here and they about to get busy. But this is all prophecy, because the scriptures tell you that the love of many, in Hebrews 12. Hebrews 4 and no, it's not Hebrews. Yeah, Matthew's 24 and 12. It says, because Matthew's 24 and 12, because the iniquity shall abound. And look at how they're doing these things. They're setting up laws, and they do cover it in the video. They setting up laws to where you can damn near assault authority and get away. You set up laws to where there's no real repercussion for anything. And the scriptures tell you, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, the hearts of the sons of men are fully set to do evil. So they're going to go even harder. Right? It says, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And when you look up that word, love is agapo, right? It says agape right there, but it actually goes into the root word agapo, which that one goes into of persons to welcome, to entertain, to be fond of, to love dearly, right? So that love, that fondness that people, these Jake had for America, that shit's fastly leaving. They thought it was going to be sweet when they got here. They thought it was going to be a second chance, and then they get here, and they find out that, nope, you still going to be under the curses here. You know, when you go into that word wax coated means psychos, right? And it says metaphorically waning love. So the shit that they're doing right in the open, taking niggas out, fighting against the police, and at some point, right, that stuff is gonna boil up, and some of them cops is gonna get killed by these migrants, right? And it's gonna get intensified. And Jake, you gotta understand, you at the front of all this shit, right? The eyes on you. And now the brother's been watching that debate between Trump and Biden today, and the going sentiment is, hey, Biden is about to be back. He's about, not Biden, but Trump is about to get back in office. And when you go into the history, Nero, when he was in, it was hell for Jake. And Nero is trying to come right back in power right now. Second Ezra 15 and 15. For the sword and the destruction draw near, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. The migrants is going to be a big part of getting that shit started. It says, and there should be sedition among men and invading one another, right? This is going to be for everybody, but the migrants are getting it popping first, bro. They shall not regard their kings nor princes in the course of their actions to stand in their power. They're doing whatever they want. It's gotten so bad that now it's a normal thing for street justice to happen in New York. I mean, how many reports have come out in the last 2-3 weeks where you got people taking it upon themselves in the community and just hemming niggas up in the street and beating their ass and then hand them over to the police. People's course of their action is standing in their own power right now. They doing whatever the hell they want. But it's going to intensify. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. You see? This is what's getting prepared. I'm going to jump down. It says, and right now, no, I got to keep reading. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And we don't even have a full setting of the lack of bread. So imagine when that happens, what the migrants is going to be doing, man. It says, behold, said Yahweh power, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me. You know what? That might be it on that. Yeah, I'm going to drop it from there. But you see what's happening. You can tell what's happening. And the other thing that you got to take note of is why is it getting public attention like this now? Why now is this getting the type of public attention that it's getting? Subscribe to this video. You kind of going in. All right? What is Esau planning on the back end? We got to keep your mind and eyes on those things, man, because it's all about moves and counter moves with this devil. Shalom.